This is good.
What's up, you guys? Thank you for tuning in to the NotVeryRadio Podcast. My name is Kyle, and I'm here with...
My name is Paul, and for the first time ever, we've got a special guest on here.
Hi, everybody. My name is Corin, or Nick, whatever one you want to call me. I don't really care. I'm happy to be here. What's going on, gentlemen?
Not too much, as you know.
Gonna be talking about some metalcore.
Fucking around with Discord for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
To work, and now it's working. What? All right.
I
Well,
don't know.
this is the disaster stream where we talk about bands' discographies, and this week it was, I guess, my artist that Kyle picked.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my artist that Kyle picked, which was August Burns Red. So, in the last month or so, Nick, Kyle, and I have all listened to every August Burns Red album except one, which I will go over in a second. And today we'll be ranking them from worst to best. I meant to ask before we started, but since we usually do person less experienced with the band reveals theirs first, do we want to have Kyle reveal his first since he's got the least experience with the band, or do we want Nick to reveal first since he's the guest?
I feel like Nick's the expert.
I think either way is really funny because Nick and I could just dog on Kyle for his picks.
I was gonna say, I think I picked, so then you guys can go, "What? No!" and shout
I
at
was
me.
gonna say,
Okay.
plus, let me kind of just see how y'all kind of go about, hear your explanations on that. So I'll just go, I like this album, and then just sit there with my thumb up my ass.
Yeah. So what we usually do is Kyle will say, so we're going to start with 9, which that one's different because I'm going to explain it. And then Kyle will tell us what his 8th favorite August Burns Red album is. And then Nick, you and I will reveal where that album landed in our rankings. So
Got it.
let's say Kyle goes, oh, my 8th favorite was Messengers. Then I would reveal where Messengers is on my list, and you would reveal where it is on your list.
Oh, buddy, do I have some news for you?
There's no way I just passed that. Chat. There's a caveat to this ranking, as well as it's going to make Kyle and I giant-ass hypocrites. However, August Burns Red 100% used AI art for Death Below's album cover, so none of us even listened to it, and we're ranking it last. By default, off of that, fuck AI. That's some bullshit.
I'll put it at the bottom.
The obvious caveat to this is it was very early into that, and they may not have known the ramifications, blah, 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 blah. I'm still not excusing it. It's some bum-ass behavior, and it was very, very disappointing at the time for me to see, long-time band I enjoyed do that. So, I still have never listened to this album. They packed it full of features.
Ooh.
I'm sure, and as I said with Kyle a million times, I'm sure you can guess what this album sounds like. This is not exactly a band that changes the sound all that much. So
What do you mean?
Nah,
It sounds like an August Burns Red album.
that it does. As much as I love this band, I could tell you what this album sounds like.
Yeah,
I think without further ado, Kyle.
All right.
What do you got?
So my first, let's see if this looks okay when I do this.
Looks great.
If you can see it there, it's nice and small. August Burns Red, Thrill Seeker, their debut.
Okay.
Again, like you said, they all sound very similar, so it's hard to kind of distinguish which one I'm feeling. But for me, this one I think just sounded the less produced, probably out of all of them. So I was like, you know what? I think it doesn't do anything more than some of the other ones do, and it also production wise or mixed wise doesn't sound better than any of them. So I put it there. That was kind of my thought process.
That is fair. Nick, where do you have Thrill Seeker on your list here?
See, it's hard because while I agree, obviously it's their first album. I don't even think Jake Lars was the vocalist at the time.
Nope.
Really?
For that
Jake?
album. Yeah.
I didn't even
Jake
notice.
is not the vocalist for this album, and Dustin is not the bassist yet.
Yeah,
They recorded this album and I think picked Jake up like a week after it like came out.
There's going to be a theme with my list, and it is definitely just like I'm nostalgia baiting, and I'm big on like, because as we said, like you heard an August Burns Red album, you've heard pretty much their entire discography. There's some bangers and intermixed into it, but Thrill Seeker is one of the few that's like pretty unique, but I feel like it kind of doesn't hold up at the same time. So it's not 8th, but it's let me see. It's 6 is where I had it. It's not the worst. It's not
That's
my like
not
bottom
6.
tier one. That's not 6. Oh, that's
you
7th.
have it
I
in
can't
7th,
count.
by the way. Yeah, okay.
I know. Yeah. I'm totally thrown off because we already put one on the bottom tier, and now my number in my head is all screwed up. Anyways, it's unique, and I think it's fun for what it is. The production's pretty rough. When did that album even drop? That was like,
I want to say like 05 maybe.
5, I think.
Let me see. Yeah, 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, but I enjoy it. It's a fun listen every once in a while. Not my go-to, but I can get down with it.
Very fair. Very fair. Kyle, if we were playing the game from the other night, I'd have to drink right now.
Are you also there too? Thank goodness.
I also put Thrill Seeker at 8th.
Yeah.
List. Yeah.
Not doing that game on a Monday, that's for sure.
Fuck no, that'd be crazy.
Cowards.
I gotta drive into work.
I thought I still had the bottle of Henny behind me, and I was just gonna reach for it while saying that's crazy. Yeah, I kind of echo a lot of the same points of just It's their first album. Kind of what did you expect? I think they were still trying to figure out their sound here a little bit, which I do think helps it in some ways. Of like, I was kind of pleasant. Like, I don't think I had ever listened to Thrill Seeker before this. I may have heard like Barbarian before, but I had never gone back further than Messengers. I think I knew that Jake Lurs and Dustin were not on this record, and I was like, well, it's not even like the band that I like have come to know and love, so I just never looked it up.
That's fair.
Also, the time when I loved August Burns Red was when I was still buying CDs and buying songs on iTunes, so I was not going to spend money on this album.
Fair too.
I will say they did remaster it.
They did. That is another thing, another point I need to make, Chad, is that we have not been listening to any of the, well, I hope not, been listening to like the remasters or the re-recordings or anything. We're listening to like purely the original versions. Because if I did listen to the remastered ones, some of my notes might change on some of these because they do sound better at least, but...
Well, I will say too, though, like, I know we're talking about, like, the production isn't as good. It's not bad, though. Like,
no,
and I will say that in terms of, like, all these albums, like, I don't think any of these sound bad. Like, that's why I'm like, well, why we didn't need, like, yeah, it doesn't sound the best, but, like, I could put this on at the gym and have a good time listening, like, get energized up. You know, it wouldn't ruin my day or anything. I don't think it was necessary, but.
Yeah, I think, well, we also didn't listen to their like first EP ever, which does not sound good.
Oh, I don't know if I saw that on.
I listened to it like a little bit. It's got like an elephant on the cover. It's from like 2003, and I was like, now that sounds like a first effort from a band.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But yeah, the big thing was it's very good for not having their lineup that they have had ever since this album. Like that lineup, I think, has been together for 20 years at this point. I said the last 3 tracks really impressed me. I don't remember the exact names of them. Yeah, Shot Below the Belt, Even the End, and Seventh Trumpet really impressed me. I was also shocked that they would put an 8-minute song on their first album ever. I like Speech Impediment a lot. And it was more varied than I expected. Kind of like what I was saying. Like, it felt like they were still trying to find their sound, and they had some more of that, like a more generic metalcore sound. Like, some of the songs had some of those, like, panic chord breakdowns and stuff you would have heard on, like, some of the more lesser-known metalcore at this time. Which is cool, but you also still hear a lot of, like, their DNA on this one. So, yeah, it's in last just because, like, I don't really see, like, none of the songs stood out enough that I would go back to those individual songs on here. Like maybe Barbarian or Speech Impediment, but at the end of the day, like it doesn't really have much staying power compared to the rest of the discography.
That's fair.
You know, going through my notes, and I have to ask a quick question here because might change things a little bit, and I might just be really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We have 9 albums, and them having like 18 different like re-recordings of albums.
Oh my God, yeah,
incredibly annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Are we including the Christmas album in this whole list, or is that its own thing?
No, we are not.
That's what.
No,
okay,
that's a separate thing.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if that was the case, so that was also my numbers getting confused. So that being in there, that would move Thrill Seeker to 7th for me, just for clarity's sake.
Okay. So you had
You
Thrill
had it
Seeker
right.
above the Christmas album.
Yes.
Fair enough.
As much as I love it, but I was like, it's kind of doesn't fit the whole.
I did put it on
here.
briefly while Kiara and I were going on our little like pre-Christmas date that we went on.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, God, this thing's so fucking silly.
Yeah.
Especially like the Frosty the Snowman cover that they have.
It is on it, like it's silly on its own, but if you see them live and they play their Christmas shit, it is incredible. I will fully just glaze on that. I've seen them at their Christmas concert like I think like 4 or 5 times, and it was fantastic every time.
Dude, do you want to hear some shit that or like a rumor that I heard recently
What's
about
that?
Christmas Burns Red? I heard that the merch cut was like 60%. And like I'm pretty like I don't know who the fuck is running that venue, but yeah, from I want to say the Kawanashi guys were saying that merch cut was like 60% at Christmas Burns Red this year.
Ooh.
Well,
And I was
know
like,
back
God,
in
I would have
the-
shot somebody. That's fucking crazy.
I don't want to harp too much on this because we got other albums to go through, but I know
Yeah.
for a while they were at the Chameleon Club, and that was like their spot. Like they play a lot of
Yeah.
shows, like back in the heyday there, and then it just got too big, so then they moved it to the convention center
Yeah.
in Lancaster, and I think that's where it got not so great.
Oh, I'm 100% certain because Chameleon Club, as far as I know, it was a very chill venue. I loved every show I went to there. But yeah, when you're going to a convention center, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of thing like that, some kind of like, convention tax for like using that big of a building.
Mhm.
It's, it's probably just not the ideal venue for that kind of thing. But when you got that many people and you want to still have it in Lancaster, I mean, like, what can you do?
Fair. I do have to
Alright.
say one more thing about this album, though. And actually, I was debating on talking about it now because it's going to be a consistent probably through a lot of these albums, which is the lyrics. I think these are some awful lyrics. There's just... You're like a little girl with a stupid crush. It just sounds so condescending. It sounds like they're talking down to me. And when he's screaming at me, I'm like, don't scream and talk down to me. We're all guilty of self-centeredness. You don't really have it that bad. Like, what do we do? Like, I'm sorry. Like, how? Like, the guy's just yelling at me to suck it up. I'm like, shut up, dude. I don't care.
Early 2000s Christcore is crazy.
Yeah,
it really is. Listen, it's not Amur levels of crazy with I want to watch you suck his dick, but
Oh my. That's because it's Christian core.
yeah, that's because it's Christcore.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's also not fucking Memphis Mayfire Jezebel. That's a funny one.
Oh,
That's a crazy one. I'm never letting that one go.
Ooh.
And I hope neither does Dan from the Wonder Years. All right, Kyle.
All
Let
right.
me we'll pop back over to you real quick. What do you got at number 8? Or number 9? Number
8.
7.
No, number
7.
8.
Wait,
8.
Right? How many?
No, 8 was Thrill Seeker.
It'd be 8.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Oh,
6, 5,
yeah,
4,
yeah.
3, 2, 1. How many albums are there?
They're supposed to, I have 9.
9. It should be 9.
Oh, I thought
If you
there was
take out the Christmas
10.
album,
My
Oh,
bad.
man.
My
You can
bad.
just put the Christmas album like at the bottom if you want.
There we go. Oops. Now I gotta. Sorry, guys. I thought it was 10, including the one we didn't listen to. That's why I got mixed up. It was 9, including the one we didn't listen
It
to.
was 9 including. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess I was wrong then when I said that Messengers was my number 8 because now it's my number 7.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that it was. I thought the drums, especially at the kick, just felt like way too like punchy and dry for everything else. It stood out a little bit too much in the mix. Oopsies, that's not what I wanted to pull up. And I just felt like it did the least amount of like. Again, like we're splitting hairs here. Is that the term? Is that the saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the term.
I did like. Well, I went back and forth. Sometimes I really liked how heavy this one was sounding, and then other times I felt like they were trying too hard to make it sound heavy, which made it feel like, just, you don't need to. And again, I think especially in the earlier albums, I found the lyrics kind of like not as pleasant to experience with my ears.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a whole bunch of them listed here, I will say. I think this one was less bad than another one that I will be talking about later. But yeah. I think...
Okay.
I'm going to put that there. I'm committing. It's up there, Steve.
It's up there. At Nick, show me potato salad.
Show me potato salad. So,
Kill!
yeah, I was gonna say, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
Is that like your number one?
That's gonna be number 2 for me.
Ooh.
Messengers.
That's
a good ass album. I will fight people on this. My argument on this one is, in particular, just one song, Backburner. I don't really need to say a whole lot more than that. But no, this is it. It sucks. It's like I'm trying to be like unbiased about just like quality of like the actual production of it, is the lyrics, the sound, all that stuff. But like this album's also like one of the first like heavier albums I ever listened to growing up.
Yeah.
I think it was Backburner, Composure, and Blinding Light where I was also an iTunes kid. I remember specifically buying those 3 songs because I was dumb and didn't just buy albums. I just bought individual songs and didn't realize that I would save more money and get more out of my music if I just... Yeah, but no, and I wish I could remember how many times I've seen August Burns Red live. It's an abhorrent amount of times. And with all that being said, like the performance live of Backburner was always great. Same with Composure. I can get down with the lyrics. I think it's a little like August Burns Red and lyrics are kind of meh to me, to be honest with you. I've always enjoyed just the sound of them and just kind of the just the energy that comes behind their music. And yeah, Messengers was just like top tier for me though. Love that album.
That is fair. Well, I'm gonna kind of disappoint both of you. Funny enough.
How do you do that? Put it right in the middle.
I do have Messengers kind of right in the middle. I've got it at number 4 actually.
I'm getting my gun.
I mean, kind of like Nick said, I cannot deny what this album like meant to like 11-year-old Paul in like whenever the hell. Like I bought this album at gonna name drop it, Nick, good old Creation Festival.
Oh shit, you went to Creation?
Oh, I went to Creation. Wait, Kyle, you probably know what that is too. We're all former church kids.
I never heard of it, but I think like years ago we did a podcast where you talked about like the Christian core to metalcore pipeline or something like that, and I feel like you brought it up then. Hell, like in 2020 or something we did that.
You heard what happened to the guy who like ran that thing, right?
What's he, a pedophile?
Yep.
Yeah, imagine my shock.
Yeah.
Pork found in the kitchen? Like,
water's wet?
Yeah. Fucking,
Is it? We're back.
Like
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back after some. We had
after some Paul moments.
There. Yeah. Anyways, Messengers. Much like Nick, I have a lot of nostalgia for this album. I did catch it on the 10-year tour, I think it was. And that shit was crazy. I got punched in the face during In Heart's Wake and then spent the rest of the show up in the balcony because I was like, I'm not letting that shit happen.
That
again.
wasn't very Christian of that mosh pit.
Well, In Heart's Wake is not a Christian band. They're in fact like eco-terrorists, and I love them.
Oh.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, I love Messenger, and I expected this one to be like it's close enough to where I thought, but I would have put this one at like 3 before re-listening and re-ranking them. Um, it's great. I do think that the opening, like as much as I love some of the opening tracks, I think they just like, I think the album doesn't really get started until Composure. I think from Composure onward, this album is real good, but like, fucking, I love Truth of a Liar. That song is riff salad. I feel like most of these ones just felt like just random riffs put together without a lot of like transitional pieces. And
Amen,
then for some
sister.
reason
Amen.
on Composure, they get their shit together and start writing competent songs. I don't know what it is. That was
It's
kind of what I
interesting.
felt on this one. It sounds way worse than I remember production-wise. That snare sounds horrible. That snare sounds so bad. My caveat to this is I listened during a day when I had to borrow Kiara's car. So might have just been not used to the stereo there, but overall my thing was I was just like, originally I gave myself number rankings for each of these to try and help me remember how I felt. I said it was a 7 out of 10. I said it's definitely better than Thrill Seeker, but there's still like some sloppiness to this one that kind of kept it below some of the like the upper 3.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously like it's at 4 for a nostalgia pick, 100%. Like I certainly, if I split hairs over it, probably would have thought like one of the other albums below it was better, maybe, but I don't know. This one has some really great tracks, and like I do think it does deserve to be there.
Yeah. And again, it's hard to kind of pick between all of them because they are kind of similar. And like I think I only listened to these outside of maybe a couple of the albums, probably only once. And then I just, as I said before, and put all of their basically discography into one playlist and just hit shuffle. So I could then like listen to a song and be like, that's what that album sounds like. And then after that, be like, that's what that one sounds like. So I could kind of get like next to next comparison and then also try to change some of my thought processes that way.
Yeah, that's fair. I might have to start doing that for like the ones going forward.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
The smaller ones, like if we're doing like a 4 or 5 album band, like I'll listen to that. But this was like 8 of them. I was like, and I was running low on time. I was like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, when we're doing an 8 album listen, it's a little harder to kind of like hone in on them, you know?
Yeah.
But all right, I think we've cleared up Messengers pretty well. Kyle, give us your next one.
I'm kind of doing a bit of a last minute swap out here because of some of the conversations we've had so far. And that is, sorry, I didn't switch yet. I'm going to.
All good.
I can't even read that. What does it say? Hold on. Found in faraway places. I think this is the one that I have the least amount. Like this is, I think, the one I have the least notes on. I said, I don't know if it's just because this was one of the few ones that I list. Like I think I listened to whichever album came before this, and then listened to this one immediately after. So I think my thought process was just, this is the same thing. Except in Identity, there was a guitar noodling part that reminded me of like the Power Rangers guitar noodle, and it's like, you know what I mean? In the Power Rangers song, when they're go-go Power Rangering. But outside of that, yeah, this one, I had like hardly anything to say about this one.
Interesting.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if it's just because I did a follow-up, but I didn't think you guys were gonna like this one.
I don't think you're gonna agree with me on it.
I'm going to you now, Nick. Going to Nick live on the scene.
Is Nick gonna agree with me? Am I based?
No, not based at all. You're out of you are out of your fucking mind. But
he's still mad about Messengers, by the way.
I'm kind of pissed off about Messengers.
We're trying to music max right now, but we can't seem to get along.
Yeah.
Average.
Nick, where do you got Found in Faraway Places?
I have it at number 4, and hear me out.
I can understand that ranking.
It is like in terms of like production, like this is where like there's actual sound and just like studio quality is like starts to get to like where I think it's at its best. And it's got a lot of really fun songs. Obviously, like Ghost is a great song. Got you know, From Day to Remember in there. Really enjoyed Majoring the Minors. Vanguard, love that. Loved how that one closed out the album. And it was very unique. Like I felt like in terms of just it being kind of more different, it was one of their more different ones, which is kind of hard to say for any August Burns Red album because they do all sound the same.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. I thought it was a little bit of a like them kind of taking a chance on some different things, just with their sound and just some of the breakdowns were just a little different. I always kind of just think of the end of Ghost and that being more like, I don't know how to really describe it. It's like not like a really hardcore kind of aggressive breakdown, but it's still like a lot of energy behind it. And yeah, I thought it was a fun album. Definitely better than a lot of the other ones, and you know, I think number 4 is a good spot for it.
Yeah, I can respect that spot for it. Kyle, I don't know what the hell you're on.
I'm about to move it right now, but honestly, I don't know if I want to.
Nah, stick to your guns.
These next 3 are all kind of in like a similar like area for me, where I think I would really need to listen again to like give it a good.
That's fair.
Like I don't know, like they're all kind of in this medium of just like these are the ones I think I kind of just didn't really care about. And I'm torn because now I don't know which one to. I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna do it because it's my opinion. Are we moving on to the next album already?
I haven't done mine.
Oh, you haven't done yours. Sorry, I'm
No.
jumping ahead, man.
Chat, these 2 are smoking dicks. This one's number 1 for me.
Whoa.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Really?
My biggest argument in favor of this one is I love all of the different sounds that they bring into this one, and none of them sound bad. Like they've got like a Western part, a surf rock part.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't add anything. It's just there.
Nah, it adds a lot.
It doesn't do anything. It just go look at something different than the same exact thing we've been playing for the entire album. Or are we so special because we threw a banjo in for 30 seconds? No, the banjo part doesn't sound interesting or exciting. It's just there. It just exists. That doesn't make you creative. It just means you picked up a banjo for 30 seconds.
Okay, you also like exclusively listen to banjo bands. So
Fair.
I'm gonna disqualify your opinion on that one. Hearing it as a metal kid, this shit's sick as fuck. And I appreciate that they like wanted to take those big swings in a pretty stale genre, as we know, and like throw these weird ass elements. And again, it all sounds good. It's obviously not like, as you're saying, Kyle, it's not like changing the world or changing like any of those added like instruments, but again, it's something very good for them. Like Nick said, I do think this is where the production really starts to lock in for like the rest of the discography. Like this is the final album, or this is the first album where like everything sounds exactly as it should.
I think that's why doing this is so hard, because it's like, do I prefer whatever, or do I prefer like the better production later on? And that's where I kind of go back and forth on some of these, you know?
Yeah. My only complaint at all about this album, and it starts on an earlier album, every single fucking song from like, I think it's from like Leveler onwards, ends with the exact same fade out, and it pissed me off so much listening to all of these. Because literally, it's the same like, and like every single fucking song.
I didn't notice
with that fade out. Not a single song ends with like just hitting a note. We don't hold out. We hold out notes, but then it like cuts in a fade. We don't transition songs into one another anymore. Like, that is the one frustrating thing about this, is that they did it on this album. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how else you would have like transitioned these songs better, but it's just really annoying. You mentioned Vanguard, Nick. Funny enough, when I was listening to it, I got to whatever the third to last track is. Where's that bitch at? I got to Blackwood, I think it was, and I was like, holy shit, why would they not fucking end the album here? Why are there 2 more tracks? Or was it... No, it was Everlasting Ending I hit, and I was like, that was the perfect ending track. Why the fuck didn't they end the album with that? And then it played the last 4 tracks, and I was like, oh, holy fuck, no. I was so wrong about that, especially with getting to Vanguard at the end. All the singles, I think, hold up really well with Martyr, Identity, and Majoring in the Minors. I'm glad they started to try and incorporate some singing on this one. I just think, again, I think it's the most varied of their albums, and I think that's why it sits as, like, my favorite. because like I can go back to this and hear different stuff. You know, like you said, Nick, this is not the first time they've had a feature, but the first time they let a feature like actually change something about a song. Because I'm pretty sure they featured somebody on Messengers, but like it's just more screaming, and I'm like, oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this one. This was their first one when they got signed to Fearless Records, and yeah, it lived up to every expectation I had. It did have to grow on me for a little while, admittedly, when it first came out. But I was also just like, at the time, I was like, well, it's not Leveler, so like, why do I care? And then eventually I was like, no, everything on this is really, really good, and they really knocked it out of the park. So, I think that's all I got. Anybody
Good
want to
deal.
tell me I'm smoking one?
I already shouted at you, man. I'm surprised
Yeah,
I was
that's
the one
true.
shouting this time. So
I'm a little-
I
I'm
thought
a
you
little
guys would be
surprised.
shouting at me.
To be honest with you, I think I now know what your number 2 is, but
You don't, by the way. You don't. My opinions
We'll see.
changed. My opinions changed a decent bit with this listening.
I feel like I'm gonna piss you off at some point, but we'll move on to the next one. I'm not gonna
Is
go
that
there
not
yet.
the whole point?
Someone's gonna get upset.
Kyle already did. We got
Already
it checked
did.
off. We're in. We're in. Kyle,
Yeah.
what's next?
These two it's torn for me. I wish I had more time with the one that I don't think I'm picking, so I could feel more confident in that pick. But the one I'm gonna go with, I think, is Guardians. I don't know. I like it. The reason why it would be higher is just because I think sorry, I moved over too quick.
There we go.
We're time's warping.
Nick real quick.
But
Go to my
I
face
think
for
the
a second.
production helps this one a lot. I think the production just sounds great, which I think just kind of makes everything else feel or sound interesting, even if it isn't really doing as much different stuff as maybe I feel some of these other albums are. So I think that's just why I'm going to put it here. That's
Okay.
where's my? Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. Let me see if I have any other thoughts on it. Let me check my notes real quick.
That's fair.
I did like Empty Heaven. I felt like that was the best song. And yeah,
Oh shit! Wait, that album's called Guardians.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote it down as Defenders. I think that was the lead single.
There is a Defender, yeah.
I wrote it right in the ranking, but when I was writing my notes for it, I wrote the notes under Defenders.
Yeah, it's if you like regular metalcore, that album's for you, man. That's the best
All
way
right,
to put
Nick.
it.
I'll pop it over to you, I think. What do you got?
So this is the one that was probably where I feel like I might turn some heads. That's number 7 for me, and here's
Okay.
my reason for it.
That's okay.
I had a feeling.
I need to hear
Here-
some explanation for this.
This is when I got to this album. Mind you, I did a lot of like, for me when I'm in like a listening mood, I just gotta like listen to all of it, and I didn't really do what you did, Kyle. I just listened to them in order, and I think I had listened to like at least 4. Like this was the 4th album I had listened to of August Burns Red, and by the time I got to to Defender, I was like, holy shit, I've listened to 8 albums of August Burns, well 9 because I listened to the fucking Christmas album of August Burns Red. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like, you could have told me that this is off of any other album, and aside from the production of it, I couldn't tell you what album was from. It was just kind of meh to me. Like, kind of like Kyle said, like, if you like metalcore, you'll like this album. I just didn't think it did anything like unique. And again, I might be a little biased too because like this was the tail end of the listening, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of August Burns Red in one sitting. And
Yeah.
I'm more like with my listening of August Burns Red in like 2026. It's like there's a few singles, individual songs picked out that I like in a playlist somewhere, and I'm like, ooh, look, I haven't heard so and so in such a long time. Like, this is fun. I would never pick any song off this album to put into a playlist because it would just be probably a skip in my opinion.
I can't do. I think the main thing that makes it so high for me is just the fact that I think the production sounds nice, because I do think it's and I think it's worse because it's one of their more recent albums, and I feel like it's one of their less creative, and maybe I should have put it even lower for that, because like at least like with Messengers, like that's their second album. It's like, of course they're not going to break away from their sound as much. So like You're kind of convincing me that maybe it should be lower, you know?
Say Messengers definitely like is where that's the sound. Like they find the sound on Messengers and then just continue to like either do the exact same goddamn thing or try to expand on that sound a little bit, but never too much. Fellas, I got Guardians at number 3 actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Nick, I will say, so your exact thing. Oh wait, I didn't click over to my screen. Hold on. Nick, what you were talking about was exactly why I like limited myself in listening to these albums. I would not listen to more than one a day.
It took me 2 months to get through all the albums.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. I
did it in a weekend.
Oh my gosh.
I think 100% if I had listened to 8 albums like in 2 days, I would have not been enjoying the last one.
Yeah.
However,
I said, I listened to Found in Faraway Places immediately after whichever one came before that, and I think that did a big reason why I didn't like that one as much because I listened to 2 in a row. So I can't imagine all 8 or all 9.
Yeah. I think Guardians is really good. Like I was very pleasantly surprised with this one because again, this late in their discography, and I've listened to the album that comes before it, and I was like, I know exactly what I'm getting into. Like there's not going to be anything different. I'm going to be bored to fucking tears. There was a lot more melody in this one, and there was a lot, like, I think the songwriting was a lot better on this one. I think there were more, like, melodic parts, a little bit more of, like, I put singing in quotes, because it's kind of like a scream singing thing that I really liked. I said the opening run was insane from Narrative to Lighthouse. The songs were, like, varied, but all still felt the same. Like, it doesn't...
Yeah, it did feel the same.
Yeah, it feels like it has, like, a consistency to it that, like, Found in Faraway Places wouldn't have. Like, Found in Faraway Places feels like all the stops on your journey, whereas this feels like a little more cohesive and collected, which could be to its detriment. I wrote down Bloodletter and Extinct by Instinct Rule. So, apparently I like those tracks a lot. And then I bitched about the fucking fade-outs again, as well as the fact that there's, like, there's no skits, no connections. But again... every single song has the same fade out. But again, I thought I couldn't believe that I liked this one as much as I did when I listened to it. And I think that's like, I think it surprised me, and that's why I have it at 3.
I think the production tricks you. I think that's why. It just sounds
I think it does.
decent. Although I did say in one of the notes I didn't like the first song's production that much, but maybe I just had to get used to it from like some of the other stuff. I don't know.
It's possible. I definitely thought this was the best sounding. Out
Yeah.
of them.
Well, because on re-listens, I thought it sounded
sense.
fine.
I mean, realistically, it should be when it's the most recent album that we actually listened to.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right then, Kyle.
All right. So this next album is tough. Originally, it was going to be a lot lower, but as I kind of re-listened, I kind of said, you know what? I think the reason why it was going to be like bottom tier originally for me, was just because. Oops, hold on. I'm trying. There we go. Is just because of the lyrics. And because this one, I was at a car dealership waiting for my car to get worked on. So I literally just sat there, headphones on, staring at the lyrics. And the lyrics just got me so wound up and annoyed and bothered. And that's Constellations, man. They ruined this whole album for me. Like, again, if it wasn't for the fact that I probably like put all the songs on shuffle and re-listened and wasn't paying attention to the lyrics, it probably would have been like by Thrill Seeker. Like, I did not have a good time. Like, I'm looking through my notes now to see if I have anything about
Is it this is the one that has the "You might think you're everything to everyone" lyric on it, or was that Leveler?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. The lyrics are pretty bad, like throughout the discography, if I'm being honest. But as Nick said, we don't really listen to this band for the lyrics.
Open your closed mind and close your open mouth. I don't know. I just find it so corny.
Kind of hard. Kind of hard for 2009. Not gonna lie.
I write such terrible notes because like I make jokes to myself, but I don't give myself the context of why. Like, I just have this note in here under Indonesia that just says, my favorite Bible story is when David dies in a plane crash. Wait, what's happening? And I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means.
I love that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of like shut your mouth and listen kind of lyrics because I was like, bro just hates hearing other people speak. Yeah, I said they should just be an instrumental band. This is a song dissing rationalists for not believing in God or something under the song Rationalists. Because it seemed, by what the lyrics sounded like, it was like, you don't believe in God because you're using rationality to think that it doesn't make sense for him to exist? What are you, stupid? And I was like, what, you're not going to, like, do a counter argument? You're just going to shout at him for it?
Good old Christ core, baby.
Yeah. I will say, they did say we're bruised up and burnt out, and I'll give an amen to that one. But yeah, no, I paid way too much attention to the lyrics, and it ruined this album so much for me when I first listened.
That is definitely fair. Mr. Nick, can I just make a guess that it's number one?
I had a feeling it's going to be his number one.
Let's say, yeah, how does it feel to be wrong? It's okay. We all make
I shouldn't have looked at the
decisions.
lyrics, man. I shouldn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one's on you, bro.
I was trying
And
to do
to
my
your-
due diligence.
To your point about Indonesia, I'm pretty sure that whole song's about a missionary who died in a plane crash in Indonesia. So that's probably why you have plane crash in the plane crash thing in there. I mean, I don't got a whole, like, there's nothing super profound on my. I know Paul knows this, and I'm not sure if you're privy to this, but like my favorite genre of music is unga bunga, like hit him in the face with a shovel and like piss on him. I don't know, but like I'm very much into like how everything sounds and makes me feel more than like lyrics oftentimes. And this is one of the first metalcore albums I ever like had a physical copy of, and I didn't just burn from a friend who had it on iTunes. I think no, it's not this one. But I mean, Whitewash is like I think my all-time favorite song by August Burns Red. I loved listening to Mariana's Trench growing up. That was like one of my all-time favorites, and I loved the intro to that. And I just like I said, I just remember just blasting this thing on repeat, like to the point where I probably had every like not just like lyric, but every like instrumental change and like beat of the song of every song memorized, just because I had listened to the absolute shit out of this. So it's more of like in terms of like actual quality and production compared to the other albums. Like if you compare this to Defender, I mean Defender sounds 8,000 times better from a production standpoint. Guardians.
I fucked everybody up now.
It's the Guardians of the
yeah.
Galaxy.
No, because I picked that must have been a single that I pulled over there. I was reading off of the...
Oh, you picked the Defenders single art. Let's go.
they're all three the same on there. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, they all look
Anyways.
pretty much the goddamn same.
Anyways, they you know, it's not their you know highest quality production, but I think just from the songs themselves and just kind of the again seeing them live as many times as I did, I heard most of these songs played live. So just it kind of just holds a special place in my heart, and from just a more subjective standpoint, it's a all time for me. But I could definitely see the other albums being higher up for other people. I think it's kind of just a give and take, and you still kind of fall back into that whole every song kind of still sounds the same type beat.
Yeah.
And I saw Paul's band in Maryland do a cover of this song at a church. I'm just going to put that out there. Of Whitewash, that is.
Whitewashed it, yeah. We were covering some crazy stuff at church. I remember we did like we would never do it like during service, but we would just like randomly like before actual church started, we would break out into like whatever song was piquing our interest. So like sometimes it was Whitewashed. I think we did Your Betrayal by Bullet for My Valentine a few times. I wouldn't be surprised if Blow Me Away by Breaking Benjamin was there. Just anything in Drop C, honestly. We were just ripping.
We did a cover of Have Faith in Me by A Day to Remember. We actually played that during the youth group. But I was talking about Remedy. Remedy played Whitewash at
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I remember it.
No.
I promise you.
We played Carol of the Bells one time.
I'm talking about not the youth band, Remedy Within Ruins.
Yeah, I know.
Had a show. Oh, I remember it. I will fight you on this. I know for a fact this happened.
He had too many natty lights in him. He doesn't
You can
remember.
fight me all you want on that. There is no way. I'm telling you right now, left hand on the Bible, that band was not talented enough to play Whitewashed. Like, maybe we played the opening of it for something. We were not playing Whitewashed all the way through. That band was not talented enough. Myself especially. I was not playing Whitewashed all the way through. I'm telling you right now, that didn't happen.
I could have swore it happened, but maybe I am misremembering things. But
maybe it was like another band on the set list or something.
I'll agree that we might have just like broke out into that breakdown at some point, but I don't think we ever like played it all the way through. We were tossing around trying to play Empire at one point, but that didn't go through because again, we were not nearly talented enough to play that song. Anyways, I have Whitewashed at number 2.
Constellations.
Yep, that's what I said. Yeah, I have.
It's one of those days.
Yeah, it is one of those days. I have Constellations at number 2, which actually surprised me a lot. Because growing up, I was definitely a Constellations denier. I think I just wanted to be a contrarian, if I'm being completely honest. Because for some reason, I was like, I like Messengers and Leveler better. But yeah, going back and re-listening to it, I was like, oh, this is why everybody loved this album, because it's the most consistently. I think it might be like the most consistently good of the ones that are like just strictly the August Burns Red sound. There's just a ton of good fucking tracks. Like you said, Whitewashed. This one also, guess what? It's the last one they do any kind of cool transitions on. So get ready to get fucking bored after this one. But like you've got the transition from 30 and 7 to Existence. I think Whitewash transitions nice into Mariana's Trench as well. Fucking Meddler is a crazy track. Crusades has one of their nastiest breakdowns. The mix is fine. It does what it needs to. Yeah, re-listening to it, I was like, I totally get why everybody loved this one so much. And, you know, 13-year-old Paul was very wrong in his assessments. Imagine that, a 13-year-old was wrong. We've never seen that one happen before. All right, I'm clicking back over to you, Kyle. What do we got?
All right.
What's next?
Next, we have Leveler. Woo! Oops. Woo!
Okay.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I also have these last 3 albums like in a block of 3, like you did at the top. It's my, what is this, 5, 6, and 7.
6, 7. Sorry, I hate that meme. I don't know
6,
why I
7.
say it, dude. I hate it so much.
He said it. He said it,
He
guys.
said
He said
the
it.
funny thing. He said it.
I just felt like this album kind of felt a bit more diverse than a lot of the other ones, and I feel like these 3 albums that I'm about to talk about probably felt the most diverse to me, or at least most interesting.
That is fair.
Internal Canon had like some quieter parts, and I think that's like part of my problem. Like, I'm not as well versed in the genre as these two, and for me, like, I like more dynamics and when things settle down and then they build up to something versus just like always being at like 100 and just going. And I think when we get to like this point in the discog, I think, Sultan Light said, "Pummel the darkness with light," which is a very Sonic the Hedgehog type lyric.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the notes I put.
That's so real.
But yeah, I think this one, did this one come immediately after Constellations? I think.
Yes, it did.
Yes, and this would be after Constellations. I went, I'm not looking at the lyrics anymore. I looked a tiny bit, but I was not nearly paying as much attention. Which, granted, it's because I was also doing stuff while listening to these ones. In Constellation, I was literally just sitting there staring at the lyrics the whole time.
I do think this is the one that has the "you might think you're everything to everyone."
Oh, this one's got, in the song Leveler, it's got there's like a lyric that's basically just like, "If my father didn't teach me forgiveness, I'd be eating you like a lion right now." And I'm like, what a stupid freaking line. Hey, you two, you know, I could totally beat you up right now if I wasn't just such a nice guy. If I wasn't like such a pacifist, I could totally take you guys. Like, what a stupid thing to say. these lyrics.
Hell yeah, we love cannibalism.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I think the guy's lyrics are bad and passable at best, and
Yeah.
also, I haven't talked about it yet, but I'm not really a fan of the vocalist at all. I don't know if he's the one writing the lyrics, but if he is, they're not great, and I think his vocals are pretty one note. I don't think,
Yep.
outside of in a
That
couple
they
moments,
are.
I don't think he does anything really interesting with his vocals. And when it does, it's like 5 songs out of the whole discography, maybe. And you're like,
I
all
will
right.
say, Kyle, any vocals that you're hearing that are not the same thing that Jake Lurs is doing the whole time, probably their bassist Dustin Davidson doing them.
Well,
'cause he's a pretty good vocalist. He's got I think he's got like a pop punk project that put out like an EP or something ages ago. But he's a pretty comparable vocalist. He just, he plays bass.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I just kind of can't help. And again, I don't know all the different micro and subgenres of all the different metals and whatnot, but I guess I'll bring it up now. Is a good time as any. But let's gas up Paul real quick and talk about No Business. Because, like, when he's screaming, right? Which one is it where, like, I should have trusted my gut, but you made me so nauseous? The way
that's Tattletale.
Yeah, the way the instrumentation goes with the rhythm of which you're saying the words to emphasize certain words and syllables is very nice to hear. And this is just musical noodling a lot with him just screaming over top, and that is a lot less interesting for me to take it. It'd be one thing if it was during certain sections and then there was other sections where they kind of lock in, but it doesn't in majority of these songs, just not even this album, this the whole discography. It is just him screaming over top of metal instrumentation. And I'm like, why can't we get some of that No Business galore in here right now? I'm listening to all these albums like I'd rather be listening to No Business right now. So
all right, so all I heard was No Business is better than August Burns Red, and I'm taking that one as Kyle, if we ever get to Periphery, you're gonna have that same exact feeling on their first album. That was because that was written as an instrumental album, and then
I was gonna say I thought they were only instrumentals.
Nope. There's a vocalist, and he's real good. But that first album was supposed to just be an instrumental album, and then they added vocals to it later.
Okay.
So Nick, where do you got Leveler at?
So, all right. I had this one like tied. And honestly, I think I do need to make a slight adjustment. I've been racking my head on this. So, I believe Found in Faraway Places is dropping down one.
Damn.
Leveler's going at number 4.
Okay.
It's kind of a similar beat to Constellations. This was another one I listened to a lot growing up. I think it's one of the only signed albums I still have in my possession is this album, and I might real quick go try to find it because I think I know where it is just to pull it out and flex, which is not too much of a flex because it's August Burns Red, but either way, it's another one of I think it's the only other August Burns Red album I actually had a physical copy of. Listened to shit out of it growing up. I really like Empire. I think Empire is one of my favorite songs. I think there's other songs on that album that just kind of are meant to me, and that's kind of why it is a little bit lower. But Empire, Poor Millionaire were like songs I just always had on repeat. It's just a fun album to me. I feel like a broken record on a lot of these, but it's one where I heard a lot of those songs live. Performances were always great live. And yeah, it's just kind of I think it's a little bit more of middle of the road for me, but like high tier middle of the road.
Gotcha. Fair. All right. I'm pretty similar to you on this one, Nick. I actually have Leveler, and I'm using the Car Crash one because that was the one I had on iTunes back in the day.
Sorry, let me change it. I'll put the Car Crash on there.
Yeah. I put Leveler at number 5. I pretty much always swore that this one was my favorite. Re-listening to it, man, I just did not find as much to love about it. Obviously there's Empire and Internal Canon right off the bat. I do think those are probably my 2 favorite songs by them still. But I think after I got out of those 2 songs, I was just like, wow, this album does not have a lot going for it past those 2 songs. Like I always remembered liking Salt and Light a lot, but even that one I just like.
That's the pummel darkness with the light. Sonic the Hedgehog.
I know. I, much like you, Kyle, was very glad that they started adding some of those cleaner parts like are in Internal Canon. I think I think Internal Canon might be the best they have done that. And I think that's still why it's probably my favorite song by them of all time. But yeah, man, like, I also said that I felt like the production was almost like too clean for what the instrumentation's doing. Like, they're not doing a whole lot that's all that complicated, and it almost felt like, you know, you've got this very pristine sounding metal record, but it's still at the end of the day is just guitar, bass, and drums for the entire thing. Like, there's no other like elements that you're trying to weave in there to like expand the sound or anything. Like it might even just almost sound better a little more raw. But hey, the drums at least sound better than fucking Messenger's drums. I can agree to that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Again, I love those first 2 songs, but I just I couldn't get into the rest of the album. Which is, again, weird for an album that I swore was my favorite for a long time.
So we were all 3, 4, and 5 on that one.
Ooh.
We're just going down
3, 4,
there.
5. All
Mind if I run and use the bathroom real quick before we button up these last 2?
Go right ahead.
I
Go
guess.
piss, girl.
Actually, if he's doing that, I'm going to grab my water jug because I left it upstairs. And I'm
Look at that.
Actually,
Look at that.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on.
I was about to say, this is the perfect time for our little CD/vinyl showing.
What's he got? What's he pulling out right now?
He's going to go pull out the No Business vinyl. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Where
Paul! Paul! Save us, Paul!
Where the hell did I put this scene at? Son of a bitch.
Where's that you that made that? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man.
Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
So,
all right, we flex real quick.
Sec. I was trying to find my signed copy of Rescue and Restore that I had. I think that may have been a wash in the flood.
Oh.
For some reason, I have a copy of Thrill Seeker that I don't remember owning. So, there's that.
That's
I
pretty cool.
looked and I saw August Burns Red and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, wait, why is the spine white? It should be like orange.
Yeah, that's the original, not the remastered version.
Remastered.
That's gonna be worth something someday, Paul.
Kyle, I have not bought anything August Burns Red related probably since like 2015, 16.
That's what I'm saying. You got a rare item there.
Yeah.
Everyone else can be buying the remastered version, like a fool.
Oh, probably. I mean, they re-recorded the whole thing because now I think they have the current vocalist on it. All right, we ready to dig back into yours, Kyle?
Yeah, let's give this a little go. Number 2. I don't know if these last 2 are gonna be hot takes. I saw Nick had some pretty low openings still, so I think one of these is gonna make him mad.
I mean, both of my openings still are low. So
are they? Ooh.
Yeah,
well,
I think one of these you're absolutely smoking penis on. The other one, I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
Well, the one I'm holding over right now is gonna be number 2, and that's Rescue and Restore.
At least you didn't put it at number 1.
You don't like this one? You had the freaking CD of it, dude. What are you doing? Or you did before you lost it.
Yeah, I had that because of Warped Tour, brother.
Yeah, you lost it because you didn't deserve it. Yeah. Because you didn't appreciate it.
No, you had to buy that. You had to buy that thing to get to the August Burns Red meet and greet. It was a means to an end, so that I could tell them they were my favorite screamo band, and they could all give me weird looks for that.
You'd be like, "What does that mean?"
No, straight up, their guitarist, I think JB, was literally just like, "Screamo," and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go home and like
Google what does that mean? What is screamo?
I'm gonna go home and bash my fucking head into a wall." Because now my favorite band at the time thinks I'm a fucking idiot.
And they're correct.
All right, well.
Yeah, so just know, JB, that if I was a weaker man, your life could have been in my hands. Or wait.
God.
My life,
What do we
my
say?
life could have been in your hands. Never mind. I'm stupid.
I was about to say, are
Kyle,
you
why do you like
threatening
this
him?
one?
All right. Well, first off, I would say why I don't like it, which is just it's got one of the other stupidest lyrics I ever heard. I understand they mean well with the lyrics, but they literally screamed, "We're here to say the world needs more diversity. We're here to say we're all so sick of your bigotry." Good sentiment. Stupid.
That's pretty
It's
good.
it's so
coming
it's
out
so
of the
just
Price Corps, man.
that's I was surprised. I will say, it's good for what they're saying, but it's just so like shallow in how they're saying it. It's like it's like they're about to start rapping like they're back in the day. I'm here to say I'm gonna punch your face. I don't know. I was like, are we
all
serious?
your bigotry needs to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some fucking. It's some real. I went to the hat store and I bought myself a hat.
Yeah.
A hat.
It just, I don't know. Again,
Point slick.
we don't listen to them for their lyrics. For my notes for Spirit Breaker, for whatever reason, I just copy and pasted the topster for my albums of the year, which I don't know how I even did that because we did that 3 days ago and I took these notes like a month ago. So
Lord.
I have no idea how that happened. Yeah, I thought the drums were a little loud and counted all as lost, but ultimately, the main reason why I like this one so much was I just felt like it was a bit more creative and diverse. The production, I feel like this one is where they really got the production, like, down, and I just felt like this one had more going for it. I felt like things felt more, like, intentional with how they're writing versus just kind of saying, like, hit the blast beats while the guitar goes, and...
Yeah.
This one just felt like it felt more intentional with kind of how they were writing, and it felt like they were trying new things. And every time when I put all the albums on shuffle, most of the time when I was like, oh, I'm kind of liking this one, I'd look, and it would be from this album. So,
that's fair. Maybe I need to do that with
it just did it for me.
I think I would have liked it better. I don't know. Nick, where you got this one?
Rescue and Restore is number 3 for me.
Let's go!
I did the thing again.
You did it.
Get that out of the way.
I also love that everybody gets more purple as it goes on.
Yeah.
Purple.
We love some Purple Gang.
No, it's what do I have for this one? No, I enjoyed this one. I kind of agree with Kyle in the sense that like this is a more unique, I think one of their more unique sounding albums. I really liked Fault Line a lot. I think that's my favorite song off the album. I really liked Beauty and Tragedy a lot. That was kind of a more different one. It was like they had that weird like kind of like spoken word type thing in the middle of it, but that's the build up back into the song after that spoken word part I really like. I think I remember at a Christmas Burns Red at the Chameleon Club, I crowd surfed to Fault Line, and that always kind of made the album stand out a little bit more for me as well. But I don't know, it's fun. I think it's one of the few ones where if you throw a song on shuffle and a song from Rescue and Restore popped on, I could point it out in comparison to the rest of all the other songs they've ever made, just because it does kind of have that more unique sound to it. But I just had that one. It was between that one and Leveler. I was kind of the similar reaction to you with Leveler, Paul. I was like, Leveler is like one of the best ones they have. Like, there's no way it's gonna be less than 3. And then after I listened to it, I was like, yeah, this is kind of not as good as I remember it.
It's so easy to remember Leveler fondly because you just remember that 1-2 punch off the break of Empire and Internal Canon, and then you forget that there's 11 other songs on that album.
Yeah, and
that's how I kind of felt. People thought about Constellations for all. I was like, yeah, there's Whitewashed, and then just people don't think about the other tracks. And then I went and listened to Constellations. I was like, no, all these other tracks are good.
Yeah. And so, but no, I really enjoyed Rescue and Restore. It's kind of still kind of falls into that, like, I won't say it's forgettable because I remember songs off of it, but there are songs on there that I'm like, I kind of forgot that this song existed until I heard it again. Like, but I feel like that's kind of a theme of all their albums. Like, they have just bangers. Like, they'll have like 1 or 2 songs that are like, this is a really good song. And then the rest of the album is still there, and you're kind of like, like, I guess, that's like my feelings. Like, I guess I gotta just kind of listen to the rest of this shit and hope that I get pleasantly surprised by something. But, no, overall, I like Rescue and Restore, and I think it's a perfectly fine album.
Well,
Alright.
I differ from both of you a lot.
He hates it because he lost the CD.
I don't hate this album. I have admittedly, this might be a reverse nostalgia one. I have never liked this album.
Really?
And I don't really have like an explanation for it other than just I think my biggest thing was I always felt like this was where my August Burns Red fatigue started. Where like, we
Mine
had
started
like
after Messengers.
I mean that's fair. But like we had Messengers, and then Constellations was like the big like breakout album, and then Leveler was the follow up, and I was like, oh, they're doing some new cool stuff on this. And then I always just felt like this one fell flat to me. Like it's just, oh yeah, here's more. Like, and I just like there are definitely some good ass tracks on here. Like I can't deny that whatsoever, and that is definitely what pushed it above Thrill Seeker. Like I love Provision, Spirit Breaker, and Fault Line, like you mentioned. I like Creative Captivity apparently. But like overall, like I hate that there are no, like this was the album where I started to notice the stupid fade out thing. I think again because I
didn't
just
notice
already. I admittedly really tried to go into this one with an open mind, especially after I didn't like Leveler as much as I thought. I was like, oh damn, like I might have been wrong about all this as far as like my tastes go. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh yeah, no, I was almost spot on with this. They also decided to just piss me off by finally putting some kind of skit or something at the very end of the last track on this one. And I genuinely wanted to punch my windshield out after that. Because, like, what do you fucking mean we're going to finally put, like, a skit or, like, something to try and tie this album and make it an album instead of a collection of songs, and we're going to put it on the last track at the very end of it? Like, fucking ridiculous. All else I have for this one, and this might have been what you were thinking of, Nick. Remedy Within Ruins, my first real band ever. One of our songs absolutely, like, has a near exact recreation of the lead from Fault Line. And it's...
Oh, shit.
It's pretty nuts. I'm going to play it for stream real quick. I don't think you guys will be able to hear it.
I will. I'll pretend like I can
I
hear
don't
it.
think so.
But yeah. Remedy was Jesse and I's band. It should have stayed, like, this band doesn't exist without both Jesse and I.
Now they're going to do a collab, Remedy Within Business.
No. I wanted Jesse to feature on...
No
I
ruins.
wanted Jesse to feature on the EP. He was going to take Nick's feature, actually, and I was going to have Nick feature on there here. And then...
You and I decided
Jesse...
not bomb a country, no ruins.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, that's my kind of bullshit right there.
Good Lord. But yeah, I was gonna have Jesse was gonna feature on Snitch, and then I was gonna have Nick on There Here, and I was gonna have my buddy play saxophone on strings, but it just wasn't really working out for that one. He
That would
wanted
have
too
got
much
me.
money.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's not in
he's
it for
like,
the love of the game? What the heck?
Well, he's like an actual session musician.
Well,
And I was just like, how much would it cost? And he was like, it's this. Also, you need to do shit with royalties. And I was like, I got no idea how to do that. I'm not even gonna try. I was legitimately just like, that's more than I have in my $0 budget. And also, like, I don't know how to set up any of this with royalties. I am using a DistroKid account. So, yeah, that was why there was no saxophone on strings.
Wait, what part of There Here was did you have in mind for me if Jesse was going to do Snitch?
You were going to do second
I don't think
verse.
Ah.
Oh, no. I think, maybe I was going to have Johnny do second verse of There Here. I don't fucking know. But yeah,
Gotcha.
originally I was going to have Jesse do Snitch, and then he just, like, didn't do anything with it, having the song for a while, and I was like, you know what? Give this part to somebody who gives a shit.
he said, I don't wanna.
And then when Jesse heard the full EP for the first time, he came into my room, and he was like, I need to have a word with you. And I was like, oh yeah, what's up? And he goes, so you're telling me that you turned Get Nasty into like one of the best new metal songs I've ever heard, and you wanted me to feature on the intro that you've had written for like 2 years, and I was like, yes, that's exactly what I said. And he didn't even want to do that.
Now he gets nothing.
All right. Well,
Should we take this home?
yeah, let's take it home, baby.
Land the plane.
That, if you're keeping track. We got one album
Apparently,
left.
yeah. Apparently, this is an unpopular opinion. It's looking like, and that's this one. Phantom Anthems at number 1 for me. I don't know if I was just having like a good day or what was going on, but I was really surprised by this one. I felt like there was a lot of like good energy in all the songs. I felt like they really tried to write something a bit more meaningful, like I said with Rescue and Return as well, where it felt like they weren't just like noodling or writing whatever. Like what they were writing felt intentional. It felt a bit more progressive. I felt like the production was heavier. Yeah, I just was really impressed all around. I felt like it was them going, all right, we wrote the same thing. What if we like tried to write something as opposed to just like riffing, which is what it felt like there was through like so much of this. And maybe again, I'm not a metalcore guy, and I don't get much out of just like kind of stuff. But this one, it felt like they took that and they tried to make something, they thought about where they were putting the notes and when they were playing them. And like some of the guitar parts, it's like they would start off slow and then go doodly doodly and then go back to slow versus just doodly doodly the whole time. But yeah.
That's fair.
But again, still, lyrics, not great. Darkness is your demise. You have to open your eyes to see the fire inside kind of crap. I don't know if that was actually a lyric or if that's just something I wrote as a joke. But
I think he's spitting. I think Kyle's spitting.
I might
over here.
have. Feel free to steal that. Here, let me read that again for you guys if you want to put that in the song. Darkness is your demise. You have to open your eyes to see the fire inside. That's definitely a thing I made up because it's not under a specific song. So I do think. So go ahead, steal it by all means.
Yep. All right. Nick, where did you have this one? Since I can't count.
Same as you, bro. This is
Ooh,
number
1.
We both got it at 6.
You guys gotta take shots.
Yeah, number 6.
Hey, that's a shot.
Hey, that's the second shot.
That would be shot.
I-
That'd be 2 for me, 1 for each of you, because I matched with Kyle on Thrill Seeker and then matched with you on Phantom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, I mean it's you said it probably better than me, Paul, in that this is did something happen here?
Yeah, we lost you.
That was me?
Please don't.
No, I got you, Paul.
think
But
it's
the middle
me.
screen is gray. There we go.
Okay, that was weird. I don't know why.
I think it was because I was clicking on other stuff in Discord, clearing some messages. That's my bad.
Can we pause for like 30 seconds? Hold your statement. My dog's barking. I'm gonna give her a treat and see if that'll keep her quiet for a little bit.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
This one, it's another just kind of like snooze fest for me. I was saying, like, I think Paul said it best about just where the August Burns Red fatigue kicked in.
Yeah.
And for me, that really kind of kicked in and found a way in faraway places. Like, it's a good album, but I was like, I've just heard, like, I've been listening to these guys since I was in like high school, like 10th grade in high school, and we fast forward now to when the Found a Way in Faraway Places got like 2015. I think.
Yeah.
I've been listening to him for about 5, probably a little more than 5 years at this point. Like everything kind of started to sound similar, and then this one came out in 2017, and I was like, at this point now, I had a much, I would say, more mature understanding of music and like what I really do like, and outside of just from like Unga Bunga Slam, like actually like what a good, well, like rounded album sounds like. And this just was like, it's like production's good, but like it's just boring. Like I just was like, okay, like August Burns Red, clearly like they have a very specific sound that fits them, and they have clearly shown that for the past like 10 to 15 years of their existence, that they really are going to stick with this with a very, very little variety mixed into that. And like that's fine. Like they get a lot of listens and people really like them. I think the one thing I had is just a note for the band across the board, and kind of to Kyle's point about the lyrics is that my thought always with them from young to old is that like they are trying to they want to be a Christian band, but they don't want to sound like a Christian band. They're almost like
Yes.
trying to be sneaky about things, of like very subtly sprinkling in little things in there. And to me, I'm like, just pick one or the other and just
Mhm.
run with it. Like, if you picked one, like if you went full Christcore, like for today level Christcore, you might sound cheesier, but like you're sticking to the thing that you're like saying you are. Or if you just wanted to be like, hey, we're a bunch of Christians who are in a band together and we just write the music we want to write, that would be fine too. But it's like they're in this weird kind of mix of that, and like
Yeah. Like they're
it's
not
kind of
going. I was gonna say they're not going the like Silent Planet route either, where it's just we have some Christian members, but we write exclusively just whatever the hell we want. And
right.
it's not like it's at the forefront for some of their stuff, but I want to say that like when I was looking into it, like I think Jake is not even like a practicing Christian. I think him and Matt Greiner are not. I think
I
some
don't
of the
know.
I want to say I don't know if I read that right on like Wikipedia or wherever I was looking, but like I know not all of the members are like actual practicing Christians.
No,
I
I
think
think
it's just like they all respect it and like, it's obviously like they all hang out with
The
it's clear
Bible.
they all hang out with people who are. So
Mhm.
like I don't know. Yeah,
And
it is a
regardless
very
of
weird
one
in
way or the
between.
other, it's like I think the in between part hinders what they could be, and for what they are and what they have made. Like obviously, there's stuff that I still listen to after years and years of listening to them, and like that holds up. But yeah, just with the Phantom Anthem, like it just. I don't know. I had just a really weird experience listening to it. Just kind of like, okay, like that's like okay, like that's a song. Like let's get to the next one. Like that's just how I was just meh the entire
Yeah.
like listen through. But yeah, that's just kind of my I guess like that my thoughts on that album just as August Burns Red as a whole is that they
Mhm.
just kind of I don't think they really even know what they're doing other than just writing kind of the same thing. If it ain't broke, don't
Yeah.
fix it. And
Well, that
clearly
was the thing. I
has
feel like
worked for them.
it was almost easier. I feel like just like review the band as a whole because most things that like most criticisms or compliments that I had, I felt like covered the majority of their albums.
Yeah. That's why this was a very interesting one to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess yeah, to go into my thoughts on this one. And this one's fine. It's as far as an August Burns Red album goes, it certainly is one of them. I think there are a couple real good tracks on this one, but I could say that about every other album here. Like even Rescue and Restore, my album that like is kind of the lowest other than Thrill Seeker. Like I still enjoy like Provision, Spirit Breaker, Fault Line, Creative Captivity. Like I still enjoy like 4 tracks, and this one's kind of no different from that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like Invisible Enemy a lot. I do think Invisible Enemy has one of their coolest music videos, where it's like little like puppets of them reenacting their old music videos. That one was very very fun when it came out. King of Sorrow is really good. I said The Frost, Float, and Carbon Copy were all really good. I actually differed from you guys on the production for this one. I think this one sounds like shit.
Really?
Not in the Messengers way, but it just sounds like they have a like annoying ass limiter on everything. Because I felt like shit would be like loud, and then the second like everything kicked in, it would just all duck. Like you would have like a guitar riff going, and then the second like everything starts playing, everything fucking ducks, and it's just this like super flat, like squish down mix. I was actually pulling down I was pulling up the meme where it's like this person squishes down the garbage with his squisher downer. I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but somebody was like,
I have not.
Jake sent me that ages ago, and it was like when I put too much compression on the mix, and it was like the squisher downer squishes down the garbage so that we can deal with it later. Again with the fade outs. Come on.
I'm surprised I didn't
and-
notice them because I'm also not a big fade out guy.
Oh, it's It is the
It's
same.
every fucking
It's
song.
every fucking song.
Is it really? Wow.
It's so bad.
Maybe I just
Like,
got
go
used
like-
to it at some point.
Go like Rescue and Restore Onward. Almost all of them end with like the same little like they hold out a note and then it just fades.
Oh, I thought you meant like they keep playing and it just gets quieter and quieter. Holdouts are fine.
They do that on some songs, but
Yeah.
a lot of them they have a holdout with like just like a pretty quick fade, and I hate it. I hate hearing it every song. But yeah, overall, I said there's nothing special to this one. Like even compared to like Guardians that I enjoyed a lot more. Like, you know, it doesn't have the hits that like Leveler and Messengers and Constellations do. This would have been like my middle of the road, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like this one, I just don't care about. Whereas like
Really?
Rescue and Restore, I've always been a Rescue and Restore hater, and apparently that's never going to change. Thrill Seeker's
Those are my
just
two
old.
favorites, man.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's why I did think this one was going to be very interesting for me. Because again, like, Kyle, you don't really listen to a whole ton of metalcore, and
No,
like,
I do not.
August Burns Red is like a, I feel like they're very much a you had to be there kind of band, you know?
Yeah.
That's a fantastic way to describe them.
Like you go to an August Burns Red concert. I don't think there's anybody under 25 at that place. I'm just going to be very realistic about it. I think you have this audience that has been around for the entirety of it. Everybody's pushing 30, but like that's why they're still around is because everybody like remembers August Burns Red. Like, you know, it's like, and they show that, I think, with the fact that they're like remastering all of their albums and like all that stuff right now. Like, you know, we did the Messengers remix, we did the Constellations remix. Then there's Guardians.
That's why I said like
Thrill Seeker Live, and then
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're like
Yeah.
it works and it gets views.
yeah,
It's
Thrill
Encore,
Seeker
it's
Live,
Onslaught.
and then Leveler 10th anniversary, and then Leveler Live, and then Death Below, and then Thrill Seeker like fully, I guess 20th anniversary. Like they're just re-releasing old shit at this point, and like.
Yeah.
In a way, it's kind of sad, but also like I think
It's
it's
very
sadder that
sad.
people are like, I guess people are excited for this, and it does well if they keep fucking doing it. Like I could understand the Messengers remix because again, I think Messengers has like the worst production other than Thrill Seeker, which makes
Fair.
sense because it's the second one. But like still, I think it has like very bad like production to it. Whereas like, I don't really think you needed to remix Constellations.
I didn't think it sounded great.
You definitely didn't need to remix Leveler.
No.
And
After Leveler, I
like-
thought production was fine for the most part.
yeah, I think Leveler is like the baseline for production, and then like, I think Found in Faraway Places is where it gets good, like genuinely good, and like they like because I think from Rescue and Restore onward they went with the same guy. I think they jumped around like between a couple people, and then I think they did the Christmas album with one of the guys, and then it was the same two dudes for the rest of the discography.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to
You're
figure out
correct on
like
that.
why certain things didn't sound good. Because I was like, oh, like if they had the same guy for Thrill Seeker and Messengers and then switched, it would have made sense. But they had the same guy for Thrill Seeker, Messengers, Constellations, Leveler, switched for the Christmas album, and then never looked back after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I would agree with you. It is definitely you had to be there.
Yeah. But that's
for the run.
yeah. And again, like it's wild because I liked one of their more recent albums a ton. But again, like I can't really pull up Kyle's ranking again. But like if I was to look at Kyle's ranking, I know Guardians wasn't like super high on that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, for somebody that like is listening to them for the first time, you're just gonna sit there and be like, damn, this band does the same thing every fucking album. And I think like Guardians only appeals to me because like I have a nostalgia for this song because it was like the first heavy band I ever listened to. They're also a really easy gateway band back in the day when like Christianity was like way more poppin' and like more parents were like, you could only
When it
listen
was
to
more hip.
Christian music. What'd you say, Kyle?
I said when
Yeah.
it was more hip to be Christian.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Well, I can
think
say like the reason I'm into the music that I'm into now is because of August Runs Red. Like I think
Yes.
the first song I ever listened to that had like aggressive vocals was Poor Millionaire and Empire. Those are the first two quote unquote screamo songs I ever listened to. So like it's hard because I'm like I want to just be like these guys kind of suck right now. Like I kind of hate August Runs Red to an extent, but like I
Yeah.
will always like have a place in my heart for them because like I got into the music I'm into now because of August Burns Red.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how I like. It's the fucking when your goat is washed meme.
Well, that's why I think I have such a different opinion than you guys, because like this is
Yeah.
my first time basically listening to them, and I have feelings about that.
You glad you wasted a month of your life on this, Kyle?
I mean, Paul, you know the kind of music I listen to, and for me, like I
Yeah,
like
that's
it
fair.
when bands grow and evolve, and like again, like no matter what your thoughts and opinions were on like the Black Country New Road discography, you had their first album, which was like this post-rock jazz punk kind of fusion. You had their second album, which was much more like indie rock, a little bit orchestral, and you had their most recent album, which is more like folksy pop, twee stuff, and like each album kind of gives you something different, whether you like it or not. And to get 10 albums of the same thing, it feels like insulting a little bit to me. I think if this was 3 albums, I'd be like, this is cool, this is great stuff.
Yeah.
But after
like
a while,
if the discography was like just your top 3 for you, I feel like you would have been like, yeah, that's cool. I can't wait to see what they do next.
well, because that's how I felt after Thrill Seeker. I wasn't, I mean, granted it was their debut, but I was like, oh, I'm not blown away. I can't wait to see how they fine tune and work out all the quirks that maybe they have. Because like I bring up bands like Model Actress with their album from this past year. Their sophomore album for me was just like them fixing some of the issues their first album had and adding in some new things like more melodic singing, whatnot. Even the Olivia Rodrigo album from a few years ago, Sour to Guts. Sour had way too many ballads, way too slow. Guts came in, they got rid of that. Yeah, it's still pop music, but it had that like mainstream pop punk kind of flair that made it fun and more upbeat. It's working out these kinks and improving on it, and I feel like between at least most of these, I'm just like, yeah, they're just doing the same thing, and the production's getting slightly better, and then I'm nitpicking little things like, oh, this song had like slight singing underneath the screaming at this one part, and that makes it different because that's the only thing I can find. And I think Harry Potter.
Yeah, again, it's a. Okay.
I said that earlier.
Yeah, we've already been there.
Yeah.
You're late. Yeah, I definitely think it's an album that like very much or it's a band that like yeah, you had to be there. It's like if you were not there for it, like what I don't think there's a lot of reason to get into them at this point.
Yeah. And again, I want to be clear too. Like, I think these guys are incredibly talented. Like, even in like Messengers, I'm listening.
Drummer, then there's
I'm listening to these guys, and the speed and precision at which they're playing is incredible. It's just in terms of writing something, I feel like it really does just kind of feel like sometimes that they sat there and went, well, what if we went good, and then was like, all right, well, what do we do after that? What if we went and like. It took, and then like, all right, that's that song. What's the next one? Like, it felt like, and that's why again, like, and I know you guys have different opinions, but I felt like Phantom, whatever that says, and Rescue and Restore, I felt like there was a bit more thought. It felt like put into what they're doing.
I can understand.
But
that.
again, I'm also not in the metalcore as much.
I will agree that the songwriting does only get better as the albums go on, which again I think is why Guardians is so high for me. Is I think like you know, they started to actually think about where they're transitioning song, like within the songs themselves they start thinking about the transitions. Like I called Messengers fucking riff salad, and it is, but it's my riff salad, you know.
Well, and that's a case of too, like I think you know, I think there's again like it's perfectly fine starting off somewhere and fine tuning, and even though these albums are up top for me, I'm still wishing they did more. I'm still like, you went from Messengers, did all this work just to get in my opinion, a little bit better. Like, you got, like, experiment. Make a really bad album. Do it. Just see what happens. I feel like there's so many metal bands that were popular back in the day that go soft or just write some real awful crap thing and then they go back to being metal because everyone hates it. Do that. Yeah. Go ahead. write your boring pop album and then come back. You know? I don't know. But I guess they don't have a vocalist for pop.
Yeah, no, they do not. Nick, you got any closing thoughts before we spin the wheel?
Only thing I can add is that the Jake Lars has his own gym, and I think that's where most of his focus is. Yeah, I forget what it's called, but he does run a gym.
It's called Lifting You Up.
Hell yeah.
that's fucking good.
You raise me up.
No, I mean the kind of what's been said is what my thoughts is kind of what's already been said. Like, I agree that I feel like they have like the enough talent to experiment and be a bit more creative, and I think I don't know if it was like a creative decision to just kind of be repetitive, or if it was something else going on that kind of kept them locked into the sound that they have. Because, like Paul said, I mean, like Matt Greiner's an incredible drummer. I think their guitarists are talented enough that they could have had some variation in their sound, even if Jake Lars didn't change how he sang. Like, just the instrument side of it changing up enough, I think, could have breathe some more fresh air into their discography.
I will say on that note that I know they can write different stuff, because again, Dustin, their bassist, had his whole like little pop punk project. I am imagining that it is either so talented we've written ourselves into a hole and don't really know how to like you know, they're clearly like, you know, incredibly talented like at their instruments, but I feel like to make all those instruments sound as talented as possible still on the same song and not like slight anybody, like this is just kind of what they have to do, or it's a genuine just like, this is a safety net, it works every time, why would we stop doing it?
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that's the main thing at the end of the day. It's like, why would we change what's working well? Like, if they just had an absolute, just like, it sounds exactly the same, but it just didn't do any numbers, I think they would have changed up their sound. But the fact that they still put out an album after being around since 2005, and they're getting millions and millions of listens on just through Spotify alone, off of the singles, a few like the heaters on the album. Like, why change anything? It works.
For the love of the art. For the love of the art, August Burn Red.
Yeah, I think they're a little more business-minded than most actual artists.
That's why I listen to my favorite metalcore band, because they're no business.
Yes, sir. We don't make any money.
We're broke as hell.
We lose money, in fact.
For the love of the game.
This $35 a year ain't paying for itself, I'll tell you that.
Not yet.
It's like 40 now, I think. Yeah, not yet. This next album, though. This next verse, though.
Just convince all your friends to switch to Apple Music, and then you get like double the payment. So instead of getting 10 cents, you'll get 20 cents.
True. All right, gamers, it's time for everybody's favorite time. What are we doing in March? Just as a reminder for everybody, we are doing, it's Thought Crime, right, Kyle?
Backwash?
Backwash.
What is Thought Crime?
Thought Crime is a band.
Okay.
Thought Crime's a band.
Show me potato salad.
Yo, Bad Bunny?
Of Thought Crimes. It would appear that they are their bio is literally just band New York.
Awesome.
I love that. Yeah, they're like a 1,700 monthly listener. I'm assuming like maybe like hardcore band or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm looking at. My bad. Backwash is the next one. An artist I have never listened to before, but the little snippets that I heard upon picking them over Kendrick Lamar has me excited. So we'll be back Sometime in February for that.
Yeah.
Do we want to schedule that now?
Pick
Do
a
we got
date.
anything going on
let's
February
schedule that
2nd?
now.
I shouldn't. Work should be dead. And I don't think I think I will have a show on the 7th. So the 2nd should be good.
2nd of February?
Yeah. Schedule that.
That should work for me, yeah.
All right, book it, boys. Anyways, for the next one in March, we've got our good friend, the Picker Wheel. Kyle, I'm going to spin this wheel twice, and you can pick between which two artists it's going to be.
You got it, boss. Spin away.
All right, first one. Oh, thank God it landed on Young Gravy, not the Devil Wears Prada. Young Gravy! Do I even got to spin the wheel again?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, come on.
There's something about him. His
Boy has
his
motion.
vibes give me the ick.
Kyle don't like it when white boys got a little motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Another spin.
He's gonna steal my mom.
He is gonna steal your mom. Or Knuckle Puck.
Or Knuckle Puck.
Don't do that. They don't like that.
I don't care. Tell him to
Really
lighten
mad when
up.
you do that.
Tell him to lighten up.
Yeah.
Gosh dang.
Ugh.
Fatty
This is
chill.
a very interesting choice you have here, Kyle. You've either got greatest of all time rapper Young Gravy or Knuckle Puck, previously one of my favorite bands. That unfortunately
Are they icky now?
I just they're not icky now. I just haven't. I have not really fucked with pop
Okay.
punk as a genre since like 2017. So
Me too, which is why I kind of want to pick it. I'm picking Kanuklapook.
all right, Kanuklapook. is our
Yeah.
next one. Anyways, Nick, anything else you want to say before we I get this raid going?
Anything else you want to? What's the word? Promote?
No, I don't got anything.
Not like a Twitch or anything.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna post this on YouTube as like a full video.
Yeah,
okay,
I try to
my bad,
cut it
my
and
bad.
upload it. Yeah, I'll try to remember to put your Twitch in the description.
Yeah, I mean, just
I put
my
Paul's
Twitch
in
is
there.
Mr. Cornholio 34.
Yeah.
And I don't have a schedule for being live, just kind of whenever I feel like it. But usually like 2 to 3 times a week, I'm out here doing something fucking stupid.
If you follow him,
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
get notified when he goes live, so you won't need to know his schedule.
Real.
Chat. I will also or chat or viewer or watcher or whatever the hell you want to be called on YouTube. I will also mention that Nick is the guitarist of my band No Business. So you should listen to that band so that we can make lots of money and sell out just like August Burns Red.
They're gonna make the
We're
same
gonna make
album. 10 times.
$42 this year.
We're gonna make 30
Oh,
cents
right.
this year, baby.
Let's go.